I'm Euge Valovirta, and on this one I want to show you how much of a difference to your guitar sound just changing speakers will do. It will affect way more than amp. You will hear soon. So I'm gonna use 4 different speakers in 2 of my Marshall cabinets. All speakers are mic'd with the SM57 and Royer 121, the Royer slightly blended in. And I actually just recorded a song and I just mixed it. The speakers will change. I'm not gonna tell you which one those are. Maybe, you can play a game and guess and, just what do you like the most. After the song, we're gonna go into the mix and I'm gonna show you what they were, and then we're also gonna do some blends with the different speakers. The signal chain this is one of my ESPs from 1987, M1 Custom with Duncan distortion pickup. Then the signal goes to MXR Custom Badass Modified Overdrive, which is SD1, into good old PV5150 black leather, and then into those 2 Marshall cabinets, 4 different speakers. And yeah, so welcome aboard. And yeah, both microphones went into Warm Audio's 1073 style copy mic pre, then into Radial's Mix 2:1 where I'm doing the blend, and then into SSL's Revival 4000 channel strip where I did a tiny bit of EQing, just taking out some low mids, some upper mids, and adding a little bit of top, and a low cut at 70, high cut at 8K. Just where is my line? We're talking like, dB or something. The mic placement. So with the Royer X-mount clip, The 57 is aiming straight to the edge of the dust cap, which makes the Royer to be straight in front of the dome. So that's a classic setup, the same setup with all speakers. Let's start from the beginning. So the first speaker, that was a EVH, yeah, the 20 watt greenback, although I think it's actually 25 because the EVH cabinets are rated 100 watts, and if there's 4 20 watt speakers, that's not 100, that's 80, so they're probably 25 watt speakers. But anyway, is the EVH speaker, sounds like this. Second speaker is a 25 watt greenback, what the Marshall cab comes stuck with. It has a lot more of that upper mid bite. The EVH speaker is much smoother. And then the third one is a Marshall Vintage, which is a V30 speaker. The fourth one was the T75, which is kind of the speaker that comes stuck with your basic 9060 Marshall cab. It's quite distant. My kind of problem always with T75 is that it sounds really good when you stand in front of the cabinet because it's kind of deep and big and stuff. But then when you're recording it, like you hear, it kind of always sounds a little bit too distant for me. It's really good for some maybe leads and stuff we're gonna hear soon, but for aggressive rhythms I always find it that it sounds like there will be some kind of a little bit of a blanket in from, or just like distant. Compared to V30, which comes next again. The V30 has that aggressive mid that just cuts through, and the levels are all same on every. They were recording the same level, and the meter shows the same level. But you know, the G75 sounds quieter and the V30 sounds the loudest because it has the most mids. Okay, let's continue. Okay, here the Greenback 25 has a lot more bite than the EVH. It sounds a little bit, smooth here. What I would probably do if I would EQ this more, because there's basically nothing going on. There's just a soothe to take out some, stuff. Multiband compressor to tame the kind of the lower mids a little bit, and then just this one to take out a couple of whistling frequencies that every single cabinet has. To me, it's always 3K, 6K. Let me show you, let's listen from here. Doesn't matter speaker, I don't like 3K and 6K. I always take them out. Okay, let's continue from the chorus. So we're gonna start with the EVH speaker. go with the order. Now at G75, then it goes to a V30 vintage speaker, then greenback, then the EVH speaker. Okay, then the leads, first it's the EVH, then greenback 25, then the V30 vintage, then the G75. Again, the ending is EVH, greenback, V30, G75. Start here. And it's the same performance on all speakers. So I recorded a DI left, which was the performance I filmed myself. Here is the solo. Then after that I recorded the DI right signal. I was monitoring myself, obviously, with the, amplifier sound. And then I just reamped these DIs with the different speakers. So it's the same performance on each left side, same performance on each right side. The lead is the same performance, just reamped. And like you hear, huge difference. So the amp was, dialed the same on all of these. So if I would dial the amp with the EVH speakers, I would add more treble, more presence, more top. With the greenback, I would tame it down a little because it was really. The V30 was kind of, because that's usually my go-to speaker. That was just like, sounded great. The G75 is usually, well, I would probably add more mids because it was kind of distant. So it means that because it's kind of scooped. So I would add more mids. Okay, then let me bypass the automation on each track. So I'm gonna show you, how you can blend these vastly different sounding speakers, different sound, but then when you blend it, even though the guitars are hard panned, hard left, hard right, you still get a pretty cool unified sounds, and it kind of makes it wider and so on. And these are now real speakers, but you can do the same with different IRs. So let's first start with the left EVH, right greenback. Let's see how that sounds. Combination is actually really cool. The greenback brings that kind of top end, and even though it's coming from the right, but it affects the whole kind of thing, because whatever audio physics. Okay, then I'm gonna keep the EVH there, and I'm gonna change the pairing for that. Let's actually put the. Yeah, so I'm gonna change from greenback to vintage speaker. Let's see how that sounds. So let's start from the main riff. Greenback and Vintage are a little bit too because they both have a lot of that upper mid bite. EVH and Greenback sounds actually really good together. Okay, then let's check the left one, the T75, and then combine it with the EVH on the right. T75 on the left and the Vintage on the right. Let's go from the main riff. Different combinations, you can get different sounds. Now you may ask me that what is my favorite. Let's listen once more, you know, so we can make a decision which one we like the best with this mix. Skip the T75 because that's not what I would use for this kind of music. So my favorites are the EVH and the Vintage. Let's actually try a blend. So let's put the Vintage on the left and the EVH on the right. Let's put the Vintage on the right and the EVH on the left. Okay, since the Vintage has more mids, it's a little bit louder, so I'm gonna make it a little bit quieter. Yes, my favorite, EVH on the left and Vintage V30 on the right. Let's check out the lead. What do we like the most? It's again either the Vintage or the EVH. Kind of like the EVH more. Let's actually add some top to it. I think that's what we need. just well, 4.4 dB of 8K. And that's it's really nice, smooth sounding. V30 is just so much good mid vocal like. So let's see. V30, it just has that vocal-like, voice-like mid-range. So V30, vintage for the leads. Let me tweak this a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit top to the V30. A little bit more top to the EVH. So 2.3 dB or 8K. Yeah. So, there you go. Conclusion. I said this many times, but changing the speaker affects the sound a lot more than changing the amp. I mean, of course, if you change from like Roland JC120 to 5150, yes, but let's say you have, you know, Solano 5150, Boogie, 800s, kind of, you know, rock and roll, high gainy amps. It will make a difference when you change an amp, but the biggest difference will happen when you change a speaker and also the microphones. Now it was the 57 and Royer. Hopefully this was informative and interesting and even helpful. And like I said, I think I said that the same rules applies for impulse responses. And I can reveal at this point now that in 2026, Strange Angles will release my impulse response pack. It will include all of these speakers, both Marshall cabinets and also my oversized Mesa cabinet, which is probably the cabinet, or not probably, it is the cabinet I've used the most in the last year or so, ever since I bought it. But I love my old Marshall cabinets too. As you hear, they do sound pretty damn good, like. Yeah, EVH vintage combination, it's great, at least today. Hey, thanks for watching. Until next one, take care, bye.